Hey, I'm over here. Come on, my dude. You got this. You got this. What's up? I'm really glad you're here, my friend. Let's go here. Are we looking sort of presentable? Let's talk. Okay, this is a serious topic. Come on now. I really don't want to talk about this, but have you ever had one of those times in your life where you just kind of knew something was over and you had no idea what was next? And it's like you're stuck, maybe creatively so, and it just feels like a brick wall, but you don't want to admit it to anyone. I was there with you for a couple of years. And then in the last 4 months, I just turned a corner, kind of a gigantic one. If I can do it, you can do it. And I'm going to walk you through what actually happened. I had a beautiful marketing business. Yes, those exist. Why? Because I got to help people find their authentic voice. I took them on these like shamanic journeys to meet themselves. We would figure it out, how they needed to show up in the world. And I would also give them like a strategy for them to go out and nerd out and impress everyone. And then just little by little, I felt like this is done. You know, you just like get that feeling in your belly and you're like, I think I'm finished with this, but I don't know why. Why would this be done? I love what I do. And I didn't want to admit it. And I instead threw myself at, oh, I'm going to try private podcasts. Oh, I'm going to try to figure out like, how does AI factor into all of this? Oh, I'm just going to try some collaborations and do some marketing like I did anything but face what I needed to face, which is it's over. Like, I can laugh about it now, but it was so scary and hard. That's where we started. I didn't even want to look at this thing. I remember like 2 Julys ago, I would sit on this couch in the morning, trying not to cry my eyes out every single day. I didn't know what my life was about. And then there's another piece to the puzzle, which is shame. For some reason, I see myself as like a creative human. And I love that about myself. I would pass by the dining table right behind this camera. And every single time I did, I'm like, you should be creating something amazing, like drawing something or doing some journaling, like something, anything creative. And I never did. It was just like this browbeating that happened. It sucked. I knew in my gut that like I should be doing something creative, but I had no clue what the heck that was. I don't even want to admit that I was that stuck. The good news is I did something that really helped me turn a corner. So I want to share with you one of the most powerful corners that I turned, right? And I call it creative sanctuary. I was like, what the heck is that? It's basically having the space in yourself, giving yourself the permission slip that, yeah, it's okay for you to try things. And that was a missing piece for me. I wasn't being very nice to me. I sat my butt down outside right there on a beautiful early June day, and I went through the following process. So how did I go from that to suddenly all these videos that I do, and I have like an idea every single week, and and I'm just having so much fun and I'm connecting to people. Like, it's just amazing. I first got real about any resistance, feelings, blocks, beliefs, whatever. Even if I thought of the words creative sanctuary, what immediately comes up? Oh, I know. I want to just scream with anger because I don't have that in my life, right? So, okay, good, anger. So then I would have this way of integrating whatever the charge would be that comes up, because it's just so easy with something that's difficult to avoid looking at what is difficult. I decided deeply in myself what it was that I wanted. It's not like I knew what I wanted to create. I couldn't just sit down and be like, I would like to create these kinds of videos. I want to draw these kinds of drawings. No, I just decided in a general way, what did I want to experience? I specifically wanted this feeling of like a deep yes right in my belly, right? Like that satisfaction. I wanted to feel grounded, and I wanted to experience a certain kind of simplicity in my creative sanctuary. And it could be playful, yes please. There was a sense that it was sacred and connected to something bigger than myself. I wanted delicious, quiet fun. I wanted edgy curiosity. And I wanted a feeling of doing good work. Did I have any idea how to achieve these? No. And did I have any idea about how they would look in the world? Nope. But I can step into the feeling of that now because they're general and then see what happens. So step 3 is where you take the list of words that you come up with. In my instance, like the playfulness and the sacredness and the edginess, and then you go on a journey and you make it real. I realize not everyone is in the habit of doing that, but it is something that gets easier over time. I tried to just stay open to whatever was going to download because I don't know where I'm going to go. What ended up happening was I was on this hike up a steep mountain. And when I got up to the top of it, there was this group of people that were as happy as a wedding, right? They were waiting for me to do what they do, right? These were like creative colleagues who were excited to see the work that I did. And when I got up there and I saw all of this celebration, it felt like a homecoming. I shed some happy tears, and it was a moment. It was like, oh my God, this is actually real. So I went from like, oh, that's nice list of words to I'm in it. Like I feel the power of that right now. So step 4 is where you're still in that location where you want to be. For me, it was in that woodsy celebration. And now you turn around and offer that experience to somebody else. So I invited 3 different individuals, one at a time, and shared the experience with them. Even doing that just in your mind takes you out of yourself, and now whatever it is that you're wanting to bring in your life, now it benefits somebody else. Not only did I know what I wanted just in a general way, not only did I feel what that would feel like, I was living that reality, but then I also got to offer it to somebody else, and that just launched me into what came next. I knew that I needed to move towards the thing that scared me the most: shame. Yep. And how was I going to do that? 2 words: tiny experiments. I needed to design a way to face whatever I was ashamed of and document the things that I discovered. These tiny experiments that I started designing have become the entire YouTube channel. Every video I've done for the last 12 weeks has been a tiny experiment of sorts. So the first one was, I'm just gonna sit underneath a tree because I'm hiding and talk about a life moment where I had a ton of shame and it didn't do me any good.
To be in right relationship with this emotion, because mastering that means a certain kind of freedom.
That then led me to the next experiment. Oh, what if I put on a flapper dress and talked about a recent breakup and how I actually maneuvered shame such that I maybe didn't need it as much. I didn't need to feel the shame as much. Obviously, addressing my own shame of standing out in public. That then opened the door to wearing an Apple outfit where I went to a cafe and hung out there and worked for an hour and a half. So the channel kind of went from those 3 experiments. And you know what happened? With every tiny experiment I did, I would get an idea for the next experiment. I put on the Apple outfit. That led to the 7 crazy outfits, which then led to the flash mob, which then led to a Facebook group that I've opened up. If I can be an apple, then I can go to a bar by myself because that also scared me. And I did that 7 times in a row. That video has just gone strangely viral. That wasn't just another experiment that came right after the apple. Then that led me to the sexy minx experiment. It was a way for me to get out there and try things, interface with people, have fun, learn something. It inevitably opened up a new direction to go in. And that continues to happen over and over and over again. Like here I am coming up with idea after idea after idea. But of course, because every experiment informs the next one. It's amazing. It's one thing to get on a good track with the data collection, but it's another like, well, what meaning are you going to make out of all the data coming in, right? Are you going to be nice to yourself about it and keep going? Are you going to stay open to the next experiment? We all have to help each other and support each other and ourselves to stay open and curious. I tell you what, that should be on my tombstone. So once you've given yourself some creative sanctuary and it's safe for you to try things and you start running the tiny experiments, then when the data comes in, you're nice to yourself about it because of the way you set your life up. Then the last thing is just to keep going with the experiments. I mean, isn't life one long series of little adventures? We try this, we try that, we recalibrate. That's how you live your life. It's all about like making it okay for other people to do it and accepting that in ourselves, continuously staying open to the new data that's coming in. That's what we want. That's how I want to live. I would imagine you can relate to that too. My hope for you is if you are in any way stuck on a couch, metaphorically or literally, that you find a way to feel loved by your life again, such that you would meet it halfway and want to explore in a fresh, creative way. Smoocheroo, my friend. Hey, also, thank you for sticking around here. I so appreciate it. You know, if you like these kinds of experiments where it's like, what's she up to next? I would love for you to subscribe. And because it's nice to have you around.